All right, guys, so I am going to show you how to make a scatter plot from scratch because you're going to have to be able to do that on your task on Friday. So here I have two sets of data. I have the number of people that live in a house versus how many rolls of toilet paper they have, and we're going to turn that into a scatter plot. So the first thing that you have to do with every scatter plot is you have to draw an X and a Y axis. So the bottom one down here, that's my X, and the top one is my Y. The next thing you have to do is give your scatter plot a title. So I am going to keep this one simple, and I'm just going to call it toilet paper. That's going to be the title of my scatter plot. Okay. Then the next thing is you have to label your X and your Y axis with what the units are. So whatever your first column is going to be your X axis. So that is the number of people who are in the house. So we're going to put that down there. And then the Y axis is going to be the second column, which is the number of rolls that people have in their house. Okay. The part that gets tricky is when you're trying to decide like where the numbers are going to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is look over here at the people in the house, and I'm going to look for the smallest number and the biggest number. So the smallest number of people is 2 and the biggest number of people is 7. Since those numbers are pretty close together and they're both pretty small numbers, I'm just going to count by ones on my x-axis. So I'm going to say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I have a little bit of extra room, so we'll put 8 there, even though there are no houses with 8 people in them. The other one is a little bit trickier because I go all the way from 6 up to 40. So that's a pretty big gap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick what I want to count by. I could count by ones, but I don't want to draw 40 little lines. I could count by twos, but that's still going to kind of be a lot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count by fives. So if this bottom corner is 0, that means my first line is going to be 5, and then I'm going to count up by 5s from there. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, and then 40. And I'm out of room, so I'm going to stop right there. Now you'll notice this isn't perfect. It's not the most beautiful thing that I've ever done, but it's going to work. Okay, so we're going to stick with what we've got. And then I just have to plot all of the points. So my first point is going to be this first coordinate, 4, 18. And we just plot those like regular points. So I'm going to go over to 4 and then up to where 18 is. So 18 is bigger than 15, but less than 20. So I'm going to say it's right there. Then I'm going to do 2 and 28. And then I have 2 and 22. And then 2 and 12. And you'll notice those aren't perfectly lined up, but it's going to be close enough for what we're doing. Then I have a house with 3 people and 30 rolls of toilet paper, 4 people and 14 rolls of toilet paper, 5 people and 40 rolls of toilet paper, 4 people and 6 rolls of toilet paper. The next one is 2 people and 11 rolls of toilet paper. Then I have 7 people and 20 rolls of toilet paper. And finally, my last one is 3 people and 9 rolls of toilet paper. Sometimes you might be asked follow-up questions like, what kind of correlation is this? This one isn't positive or negative, so it just has no correlation. And that's it. That's how you make a scatter plot. So if you have any questions, don't forget to ask.